The second resurrection is for the rest of the dead. Let's remember clearly, classical premillennialism, which is what we represent, says that in the first resurrection, those who'd been martyred and all the saints of all the ages, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, all the faithful people, will be raised to life and begin to rule with Messiah for 1,000 years. That's quite clear. And then expressly in verse 5 of Revelation 20, it says, the rest of the dead, that's to say all the rest of the dead, everybody gets resurrected, but the rest of the dead, all those other than those faithful people in the first resurrection, will come to life in the second resurrection. And they're judged. Now, no detail is given there, but it then ends that section by saying, if their names are not in the book of life, then they're thrown in the lake of fire. It doesn't say that everybody in that second resurrection is destroyed. There must be some sort of probation there, and that would refer to Romans 2, where there were people who never had the law, lots and lots, I mean countless trillions of human beings who'd never heard of Jesus, but they've got something going for them on the right side of the ledger, we might say in Romans 2. They did things according to conscience that were right. They certainly had never heard of Jesus, and they must hear of Jesus to be saved. The implication would be they get raised in that second resurrection, and there must be a time of probation that's going on there. The detail is not given. It's an implication based on 1 Timothy 2:4, which says that God wants everybody to be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. If that's so, it follows that God must give everybody an opportunity of being saved in Messiah. That would have to happen there. The numbers, we don't know. But there's a probationary time of some sort, and not everybody is destroyed. It's quite wrong to say that the second resurrection is just a bonfire burning everybody up. Couldn't want for more power-packed encapsulation than that text. God wants everybody to be saved. That's his will. However, not everybody gets saved. That's man's free will not to accept salvation. But if he wants everybody to get saved, he must deal with those people who never had an opportunity. They're not getting a second opportunity. They're getting a first opportunity. That's reasonable. Then I refer to John 15, where twice Jesus said to the Pharisees, if he, Jesus, had not come and spoken to them, they wouldn't be guilty. That's the sliding scale. You cannot be held guilty for something which you could not possibly have known. Now, the degree of culpability in individual cases is something only God knows. We can't make that judgment. But clearly, the little old lady in Fiji, trillions of them who lived a good life within the limits of what she knew, cannot be held responsible for not understanding exactly the nature of Messiah and his salvation program. So I would hold that verse, 1 Timothy 2, 4 and 5, always in front of your eyes. God wants all men to be saved, come to the knowledge of the truth, namely that there's one God, the Father, that's unitary monotheism, and one man, Messiah, the mediator. If that's so, the second resurrection will have to provide that opportunity, what we call the wider hope. This is not universal salvation. It doesn't say that everybody gets saved, but there must be an allowance for those people who've never heard of salvation to have it in that second resurrection.